Hey, I'm teacher Jess, and we've been talking a lot about recycling this week. So I think we're gonna do an art project because I found a bunch of my old crayons that aren't coloring that well. When I write, it's just really waxy and the color doesn't show up. So we're gonna use our crowns for this activity. So here I have those crayons that really weren't coloring that well for me. Oh, they instantly break when I'm writing. That one's pretty good, but some of the grays, you couldn't even really see them, and they break so quick. So what we're gonna do is take our old crayons that are really broken and we can't use them all that much, and we're gonna break them down even further and drop them into one of these silicone dishes. And these silicone dishes are made to go in the oven. So what we're gonna do is have these pieces melt together to make a brand new crayon, and then we're gonna see if that one colors any better, but it'll definitely look cooler. You can mix and match any colors you'd like. I'm just trying to use up the ones that I've already broken. So I have some gray, some orange, some green. I have a green-gray color. Make sure you're peeling all the paper off though, because we don't want paper inside of our new square crayon. I'm gonna make sure all these are mixed up so it can be nice and rainbow colored. Can you see in there? These are the colors we're working with right now. What else could I add? Maybe some pink, some blue. There's a blue one. And here's like a maroon color. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven and I'll give you updates as they are melting, and then we'll see what our end result is together. I set my oven to 200 degrees and put my silicone tray on the top of a baking sheet. And I'm gonna put it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. We'll keep an eye on it as it goes. It's been 5 minutes at 200 degrees and you can see they're starting to get a little shiny, which means they're starting to melt. No real melting yet. At 10 minutes, we're still not really seeing much melting, but you can tell they're still pretty shiny. I'm gonna give them another 10 minutes in the oven. You can see they're finally starting to melt a little bit. Some even better melting is happening here. This is where the real melting is starting. And from there it went really quickly. It just all melted down in the next 5 minutes, and then we go. I'm actually gonna take a toothpick and see if I can get kind of a swirl pattern in here. Looks like most of the oils from the crayon are sitting on top. The colors must be hidden all the way at the bottom. Just giving it a light swirl. And then, oh, yep, I can see some pink coming from under there. Maybe the other side is much better looking. That's my guess. I'm just gonna let it cool and then I'll show you how it looks. And this is our upcycled crayon right out of the oven. So what we did is we took some old crayons that we really didn't like, or I didn't really like, and I put them together to make something brand new that I might use more often. You'll see that the top of the crayon has that light green area. I don't know what that is, whether that's just wax with no coloring in it or some extra oils. But looking at the other side, there's plenty of mixed colors and it looks really unique on all angles. That waxy green stuff does not draw that well. I think that is the part we do not want. The other side seems to be working a lot better than the crayons I had before, and it's not breaking when I write. So to me, this was a win. It was a good way to upcycle our crayons and use them again instead of just throwing out the end pieces.
It's always nice to have a week or two here and there where you're just doing smaller things, or even where you're doing some research stuff. I would love to. Jared created a couple tickets a little while ago when he was updating the pendant.